Worship. It's a thing that many people do no matter how they look. Malaysia is home to many different people of many different cultures who worship in many different ways. So, as a solo female Christian traveler, how did I worship in a country where Islam and Buddhism are king? Well,
So I have finally switched locations. I came in yesterday, but I'm in Kuala Lumpur now, and I am at a restaurant. It's supposedly supposed to be popular restaurant for breakfast. But I just find it so intriguing because they literally just sell toast for breakfast. Like, this is what I'm eating. It's like the kaya butter toast, and then coffee. I'll probably end up getting a bigger breakfast somewhere else.
welcome to the second half of my Malaysia trip in the capital city, Kuala Lumpur. Now, unlike the first half of my trip, I actually relied this time more on the Holy Spirit's guidance than Google, which led me to staying at the best hostel ever, Paper Plane Hostel, located just a 3-minute walk from my first activity in KL, a cooking class.
Chef India out here with the apron on. Oh boy. This is the first dish, guys. So, very excited. I'm in here all by myself. My teacher has done I get personalized cooking class.
Yep, I got a cooking class all to myself, but not because I arranged it, but because the Holy Spirit arranged it. I listened and I said yes, which was great because I needed to work on my cutting skills and even my mashing skills, which the teacher said was not good enough, and therefore she made sure that I worked at it until it was perfect. Great thing is I also learned about more Malaysian foods, more Malaysian culture, and even the surrounding areas, all because I had a wonderful teacher. The price of the cooking class is for 3 dishes, but because it was so personal and she got to know me so well, she included a 4th dish free of charge. And because the Holy Spirit was doing such a great job, I decided to go ahead and let him plan the next day. And he ended up taking me to 2 places that I actually thought I was going to hate: a zoo and a bird park.
They really got your girl out here hiking in this bird park. Beautiful though. I don't even like birds like that.
If it were up to me, I would have not gone to the bird park because I prefer to see my animals through a TV screen. But the Holy Spirit knows best, and now I would go back to the KL bird park anytime. There were so many birds that I'd never seen before, and it left me so impressed by God's creativity. Who would have thought that you could actually worship God in a bird park? But there are normal churches in KL, and that's where I went next and met some awesome people. My simple plan of going to a Sunday church service and leaving turned into me spending a very non-touristy day strolling through an IKEA and a local mall with my new buddies, and to finally leave after a light dinner and next day plans for one of my new pals to take me on a tour to one of KL's most popular tourist destinations, Pt.2 Caves. We are at Pt.2 Cave. Yeah. Apparently this is a really popular cave because it's like a Hindu temple. And apparently there's monkeys here which are evil, so we must stay away from the monkeys. To be honest, Pt.2 Caves was the least impressive thing I did on that whole trip, but I had to do it since it was one of the most popular things to do in Kuala Lumpur. Really, the most impressive thing about the cave was the cave itself, not the shrines. It seems like so far in KL, what I've been learning is that God's jungle is much more impressive than man-made jungle. Later, I spent that New Year's Eve day soaking in the calmness of Kampung Baru, an enclave just outside of KL that has managed to maintain some of its traditional Malay homes and heritage despite its close proximity to the bustling modern city of KL. Originally, I didn't want to do this tour, but the Holy Spirit encouraged me to do it, and it was the best thing I did in KL. I got to experience local Malay hospitality, tried some rambutan, which is a regional fruit, for the first time, and just overall, I had a relaxing New Year's Eve. But the best thing of the tour was actually the tour guide, Fuad. His passion and excitement for his hometown was contagious. Actually, his passion for everything about his life was uplifting. Whether he was talking about his kids, or his job as a tour guide, or his faith, he did it with all of his heart. And although we don't believe in the same things, I was able to learn from him to not be scared to share with others what I love. And for me, that's Jesus. By touring his hometown, I learned to not change just because everything around you is changing, but to always be who you are in Christ. Being different, it's not a bad thing. Some people will pay to see you. Then this wonderful view. And the next day was the start of 2019. And I began it in a beautiful hotel that the Holy Spirit made sure I got. And the rest of those days in KL were spent relaxing near the hotel, just as God told me to do. I was finally able to swim in a nice clean pool. I ate lots of good food. Drunk lots of good chai. And did lots of things like massages and pedicures and henna to make me look real good before catching that plane back to Japan. I hope you enjoyed my time at the beautiful Changpao Mansion. I'll figure out the name. Hope you enjoyed my lovely stay at the lovely mansion, darling.